Well, I guess this is going to be part two on this video excursion of mine that the system seems to be having a major conniption fit with me. It's almost practically 11 o'clock. Give it about another 30 more seconds Pacific Standard Time, still to PM. It's still Monday the 24th, 2023, the Weaver John C. Roseman, California. Diary of the Griever named John Weaver, which will be me. Yeah, well, I am still having field days with the damn computer. What can I say? It's a laptop. What do you expect? I expected better, especially when I'm dealing with the damn bug war going on anyway. I was trying to talk about the main purpose of the channel, and I'm still right now still dealing with reality check bug war. Damn cockroaches. I just had Orkin come in and spray again, so it's a constant thing every week. Every Monday, I got to get the place ready for Orkin to get in here to do their nuking job, and I still got the survivors coming out saying, "On you." Pain in the asses just drop on me from time to time. But I'm supposed to be dealing with the emotional turmoil. The main purpose of the channel is to deal with turmoil and how do we survive this thing? How do I survive this? Basically, it's supposed to be for me. So, getting back on that cage, I didn't have the triggers today. But when I do get the triggers, yeah, I'm a miserable. I'm not going to hold back in the language this time. I'm holding back in the language, but this time I'm usually a miserable old bastard for a 57-year-old. I've lost a hell of a lot of people in my lifetime. I've lost a lot of loved ones, a lot of loved pets. Never had kids. Single all my life. Caregiver to my mother and my brother the last 10 years before they passed. And it's the hardest damn thing to be as a caregiver to your family. It just gets harder and harder sometimes. And when you lose them all, what do you do? I've been coming across postings left and right on Facebook regarding how do we deal with this. I'm a first time griever here, or I've just lost my family member here, and there's anniversaries coming up. How do I deal with this? My advice is usually breathe. Something I learned from a shrink and a therapist. Breathe. Draw in the breath slowly through the nose and exhale out of the mouth. Just as long as they're not going to get rained on by damn cockroaches. Freaking bastards. Anyway. But I also tell them to take it easy on themselves. Usually within the first year, it's a honeymoon. Then afterwards, it gets worse. The first anniversaries, the holidays are the hardest. You're remembering their birthdays, you remember the anniversary of their death, and you remember the holidays, and you have the special memories going. And they hurt like crazy. We, I speak for myself, not for everybody, had avoided sometimes thinking about the anniversaries and the birthdays and the holidays because they have memories. And the memories are one of the things that would trigger me into the emotional state I was trying to explain earlier. I called them landmines, and I called them tsunamis, now I call them roller coasters. I don't know what else to call them next. They're still coming in waves, and they're still tearing me apart left and right. If I get triggered, I get triggered. And it'll be whatever the five senses are picking up at, not to mention the thought patterns. And once I get those triggers going, it's only a matter of time before I get into the crying fit, and then the depressional stage kicks in. Which means I'm like not caring and not giving a damn about anything. Happens a lot to me. Not to mention it makes me lonely as hell. It turns me into a leper. See, I don't have the physical ailment that would be covered or actually be taken care of by antibiotics and medications. No, I'm treated as leper because I'm constantly on the topic of death, of surviving, of mourning, of grieving, and people that I know who have going through this, they close themselves in. It's the strangers that I see online that are screaming and yelling for the help at this point over here, but not my family. And sure as hell not the acquaintances I've got, because they don't like dealing with it. They want to be happy about it. They want to be joyful about it. Their loved one is dead. I'm like, will you knock out the bullshit? I'm not doing the veneer. I'm not doing the facade. Don't even tell me to do this shit. Don't explain to me that if I let go of my burdens, I'll be happy. I'm like, I'm not happy. I'm a miserable son of a bitch. I invested my life, my time, my love, everything I had and more into the relationship. Regardless of who I cared about. Friends, family, pets. Well, pets are still family anyway. And the dividend return I get out of it, if I'm going to be using accounting terms at this point over here, is all negative. Everything got sucked into a black hole when the loved one died. Gone forever in this lifetime here. Not coming back. My family in ashes. I wear pictures to remind myself all the time that they're gone. And I have to deal with that. I also have, itching, sweat. Well, the body will sweat, especially when there's enough heat and moisture in a room. I have reminders all around of the former life I had with my family. All around me. Different forms and different functions, different items, left and right. A holiday shopping, a holiday mitt set, for left and right. Old tables that I've had well before Mama and Grandma died. Mama died in 2013, my big brother back in 2018, and my grandmother back in 82. I've had antiques. I've got stuffed animals here that I used for a menagerie to show a holiday theme that my mother always loved to celebrate. I've kept it up because I did not want to put them back away. Put them in different boxes and left and right and just let them rot. No, I kept them out because I needed them up in operation. I also needed a little bit of a lighting system here. Holiday lights. LEDs work pretty damn well, I'll tell you that much. I needed this as a reminder for things. Of the holidays that mean something to me, and they also tear my ass apart left and right. My brother's birthday is coming up in May. And I'm chilling up a Coke, or in my case a Sprite, but I should be chilling up a Coke just to celebrate his birthday. He was always a Coca-Cola fanatic. Oh, he'll drink the milk, he'll drink water, he'll drink tea when he has to, or coffee. Mostly he'll be drinking Cokes all the time. His blood sugar got so damn bad, his doctor kept telling him to dial back the Cokes, otherwise he's going to be going into diabetic shock. Well, diabetes knocked his ass out by giving him strokes, little transischemic attacks in the head, and then he's passing away from respiratory distress. It wasn't nice going into the emergency room and seeing my brother look like he was a lump of meat. And it hurt like hell just seeing my brother that way. And to realize he's no longer here on earth. And now I got to deal with it. I got to deal with the pain and struggling and everything else. I got to do things myself. I have to learn how to deal with things myself. I have to be self-sufficient. I used to be My brother's right hand man all the time. My brother was 8 years older than I was. We'd help Ma out a great deal in our lifetime. There's a lot of things I've talked about in my videos on my channel concerning about my family. Yet the thing is, I love them a great deal, and I miss the living crap out of them. That's what hurts me the most. Is that much love and that much energy and devotion I put into the family, my core family, and the only thing I get back of it is grief and pain and memories. I don't blame. No, because I have to keep a higher perspective at this point. See, in our religious upbringings that we have, across and regarding death, yes, warning, there is time for grieving, and you have to keep moving on. In certain circumstances, people have said to me in one way or another to surrender to pain, surrender it all to whatever you believe in, and just go forward and just look forward and smile. I used to be in a robot. I used to be robotic a long time ago. I was terrified of death. I still am. I've been there, done that at the age of 4 years old. Scar in the chest. I talk about this many times in my videos regarding this. So I gotta think about death. I've seen too much of it in my lifetime. It still hurts like a son of a bitch, but I still have to move forward. I still have to be. Uh, I have to be detached half the time, but I still gave a lot to my family. And the last several years of my mother's life before she passed away, my brother and I were doing the 24/7 on her royally. And I had to do the same thing for my brother as well before he passed. A lot of energy, a lot of effort, a lot of love put into it. And then I have to deal with the emptiness, the heartaches. People wonder, how do you deal with it? A day at a time, sometimes a minute at a time, and you still have to breathe through the damn shit. If I hadn't get triggered enough, if I am not getting triggered at all, call it a blessing, move on, and get your stuff done. Whatever it is, little things usually work. Get a kitchen cleaned up. Put dishes in a dishwasher. Have it run. Have food cooked. Want to get elaborate? Clean up your house. Literally. Clean, clean, clean. I say that because I got bugs over here. And I've got Orkin that have coming in every single week. Spray, spray, spray. So I have to clean in certain areas. And I have to keep them moderately looking somewhat okay. But I'm still dealing with pain and loss. My body is deteriorating. I've got aches and pains happening all over my damn body, so I'm feeling it. Mostly in the legs, back, face. Long stories on those, different videos on those things. But if I wake up in the morning and I'm probably groaning my ass off like crazy, I'm alive, that's a good thing right there. At times I probably will pray to God and ask Him for His will to be done, not mine. I need to thank Him more. Because I'm still alive, I'm still breathing, and I still got things to do. Even if it's just being alive and just appreciating the moment, that's something at least. But when it comes down for anniversaries and special holidays and the birthdays and the death days, I mean, those things are the hardest damn things. Ma's anniversary always comes up around in the month of February. Dave, September. September is usually the time when fall is active in the collegiate academia. And so is March. Actually, February. February does the spring, and September does the fall. And I got to push through emotionally through those times. Not to mention, I got to push through October and May. So I have to push, push, push on those days. But I will get triggered one way or another. I will be reminded. But it's okay. It's okay. It doesn't feel like it. May not be like it. We have different ideas about how we're supposed to be feeling about things and dealing with things, but it's the process we go through. It's the process I'm going through. And I have to acknowledge it, that I'm grieving, I'm mourning, because my heart is still empty at this point, and I still miss them a great deal. Their memories still fill me up. I have pictures of them. I wish I had video and audio of my mom, but I got pictures of her anyway. But I got pictures and audio of my brother. And it hurts like hell to listen to him. I made video presentations about their life. The basic music, pictures, that kind of video thing. Tore me apart when I did a one for Ma, and my brother said, "It's perfect, John. Don't ever show it to me again." I did one for Dave. I hadn't seen it since. I got him buried in the flash drives. I keep storing things, but I keep those things handy. I even got them loaded up on the phone just in case. If I'm ever going to be that low in my spirits and just want something to really depress the living crap out of me, I'll watch my own damn handiwork. And I'll listen to the music that I've assigned into the videos that I probably won't hear again unless I'm ready for it. Jerry Reed is a country music singer and actor. You've seen him. You've heard of him. Smokey and the Bandit 1, 2, and 3. It was rumored that he was also a truck driver. Maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. My brother kept telling me he was. I don't know if he was or not. But I know he was a musician, and I listened to his music. I also seen his acting. I associate my brother with Smokey and the Bandit because my brother liked Smokey and the Bandit 1 and 2. He hated 3. He liked Jerry Reed. He liked Jackie Gleason. He just couldn't stand number 3 because it was a lousy movie to him. Repeated themselves a great deal on that one. It just stunk. But the music stuck with my brother, and so did the antics. We both enjoyed it when he was alive. I can hardly stand it now. Even the music reminds me of him. There was a movie, I think it was called Wings, with Bette Midler in it. There was a special song in there, Wind Beneath My Wings. My mom was introduced to that particular music in that soundtrack by a good friend of hers who passed away a long time ago. She was like an adopted sister to the family. And she was special, Marta. That music my mother stuck in her head because that was Marta's music. Mom made it hers. Every time she kept hearing it, she was crying. When Ma passed away, I made it incorporated into a video honoring her. I can't listen to it anymore. It's not because how many times I kept listening to it while trying to process the video. It reminds me too much of Mama. Again, it still hurts like hell. There are things out there that remind me too much of my family. The trigger word, family. Anything and everything remotely connected to it, even by a whim, is still a trigger for me to be put on that emotional roller coaster. All I got to be doing is just waiting for the damn gears and wheels to click in my head, find me something innocuous to look at, and here we go, boys and girls. It got to a point where I had to struggle with just dealing with it and coping with it and talking to a therapist about it. As I was talking about in my previous videos, I don't deal with medical establishment very well. I mean, there's long stories on this one. That's why I had to put all the videos. This is the reason why I have the channel out there, because these are my memories. These are my stories. This is the things I've been going through. And if people actually watch it and understand what's going on, maybe they can help them too. But this is basically my own lifeboat for my own life. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, well, then it doesn't. Well, but at least I'm storing them out there on YouTube. And if I happen to get into a memory lapse at this point over here, at least I could click on one of them and see what the hell who and what I am. I'm a griever. I'm a sci-fi nut. Well, Trekkiism. It's not a disease. Stories on that one too. I talk about politics because I got into politics over the past decade and a half. Actually, I've been in politics ever since the 80s, 1980s, or earlier than that. My mother was making sure that I was being well read regarding news happening all over the place. She wanted me to be constantly aware of what was going on. We had discussions over our lifetimes. But these are the things I deal with. These are the things I am. I know, I'm still trying to wait for those damn bugs to stay the hell away from me so I can go back to bed and sleep if I can. But I have to talk about stuff like this. This is important. I try to talk about it with other strangers or anybody else who's been going through it person to person, and I can feel this barrier here. They just don't want to. They don't want to cross it. They don't want to take it down. That's a buffer zone between me and them. It's like talk to the hand. Talk to the hand. I don't want to deal with this. I don't get it. But they don't want to deal with the pain. They don't want to deal with the loss. They don't want to deal with the memories. Even my bloodline out there, my bloodline family, an adopted family that I had a long time ago, don't even like to deal with it. Adopted, these friends that we had gotten since '76, and they had been close to us as family members until they lost their matriarch right after my mother passed away. So we hadn't spoken to each other in a hell of a long while. It sucks. But, friends and family break apart. And that's the thing I have to deal with. I hate loss. I hate losing things. I like hoarding people, but the thing is, I have been growing up as a guy who keeps pushing away, but still wants them in my life. How does that work out? I never could quite figure out that mental thing going on. That I'm afraid of people getting close to me and I'm getting close to them, but I really want them in my life. Afraid of living and afraid of dying. Fear. That was my thing. I kept talking about that too a lot. It doesn't mean I'm going to be susceptible on somebody else's head game. I'm just saying that I have grown up with this damn thing that it sucks, but it protects me. But just how long, I wonder. Yeah. Where are you going? No, there's a bug in the damn screen. You're not seeing it on my end because it hasn't crawled across here yet. He's just crawled down here. Shit. So what I mean by dealing with bugs, I got them all over the damn place. Despite the fact I got traps all over the place, and I got spraying going on, and these bastards still coming out of the damn walls. I really need to keep deep spraying in this place. I mean, really, absolutely. I need it, but the cleanup is going to be murder. The things I have to deal with on a day by day basis. The everyday survival things, as I'm trying to explain. Even dealing with an exterminator is a thing that I have to get past. I have to deal with that. I have to deal with doctor visits I don't like to deal with. Getting out of my own damn cage to take care of those things. And they need to be done. I have to keep getting out of a cage here. I'm trapped in my grief and my depression most of the days. My mother will, my little dog, I call her Mamas, and she would tell me that she would need to go out and pee. She tells me in her own way. I go outside for a few minutes at a time. My feet are killing me. My back is killing me. But I go out there to take care of her because that's what I have to do. Unless, of course, I'm going to have a floor smelling like urine and everything else. Carpet cleaner would be nice. And now I'm dealing with pee pads all over the place. Just to make sure that if she's going to be peeing in the middle of the night, she's peeing on the damn pad. She's not peeing on the floor. It's a way. It's a way to dealing with things. I deal with the bills. I deal with the rent. I deal with the food. Oh, that's a wonderful thing right there. Trying to scrape up enough money just to deal with the food for the rest of the month. Now, there have been times I had been at a point where taking care of my brother, I had to go to food giveaway places to take care of two guys and two dogs at the same damn time. When my Social Security, my disability got kicked in, I was grateful enough that we actually got an extra food in the place. Again, survival. You have to deal with it. When my brother died, I'm stuck with what I've got. And again, I still have to deal with it day by day basis. It's not that easy, but it is what it is. I function. Not so good, but I function anyway. But this is life right now. So, if you're not understanding what the channel's all about, if you actually had lost people in your life and you're still having a hard time processing, I don't know, maybe my stories will help you out, maybe they won't. I hope so. I'm not looking for followers at this point, but if they follow, they follow. If they like the videos, okay, fine. If they actually comment, my God, it's a miracle. Or actually, I'm cursed. Yeah, but I needed to get this off my chest before I go back to bed and try to get some sleep before I get smothered to death by the damn bugs. Ew. So, I'll talk at you later in the morning, guys. And we'll take it from there.